around that time.
Hmm.
So
So
what
I,
did a lot of those cats do? Did they like just move out like Sam and all those dudes? They kind of
well, Sam moved to
stayed.
Orlando,
Right. Yeah.
and he
Was it
had
around that
gigs.
time?
Well, there was Disney, so there was always, and he also had
Right.
like a lot of young people playing with him.
Got you.
So he had a big band there.
Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I saw, you know what? I saw his trio one time, like
Uh-huh.
in the 90s.
Hmm.
He had a cat. They all switched. I remember that. And I think was it the piano player? Nat King Cole's cousin or something played sax and piano. I think he played in his band.
Hmm.
I just remember they all switched. But it was killing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sam was something else.
Do you play any other? I know you've played alto. Do you play any wind instruments too, or?
That thing I sent you, that J. Rawls record I sent you,
Yeah. Hmm.
the tribute to Dilla.
Yeah.
That was my first and last time on flute. Oh man, yeah. I tried to start flute's a different thing, man. It's a different animal. I do play soprano though, and when I had a bass clarinet, I was toying with it, and I'll probably go back to that at some point
Hmm.
because I always loved that bass clarinet. Flute is I love the sound of it, but you got to dedicate time to that. It's like once you find the sound on it, you can't leave it. If you take one day off of it, it's like you got to start from ground zero again.
I have a good good friend, professional, Russ
Hmm.
Gershon.
Russ Gashan, I think I've heard that name before.
Yeah.
Is it Boston area?
Yeah. And he got
Yeah.
COVID at the beginning, and he could
Okay.
not play. He plays mostly tenor, some soprano, but he couldn't
Uh,
play for 10 months, so he started just playing the flute.
I just picked it up.
And also, he teaches a lot of high school kids and young. He does a lot of teaching, so he
Okay.
plays a lot of bass and piano too.
Got you. Got you. Got you. How's he liking it? Do you stick with it?
The flute,
Yeah.
a little bit, yeah. Hmm.
Okay. Yeah. Well, he's a better man than me. Tell him, tell him I tip my hat to him. Yeah. It's really it's a serious instrument, man.
Hmm.
It's almost like a trumpet.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's more like a trumpet to me. Once trumpet players are real finicky about their embouchure set and all that stuff. It's like you got to have a perfect wind embouchure set, and you can't. Once you find a good sound, it's like you got to stay on it every day. If you miss a day in the beginning, if you miss a day, it's like you got to start all over again.
Mhm.
Is this um Arthur on flute?
No, this is Ken McIntyre.
Ken McIntyre. I've heard that name before
Yeah,
too.
he
What's
mostly
this
played
instrument?
alto sax,
Uh-huh.
and he wrote a zillion songs. He's from Boston. He lived
That's
in New
where
York
I've heard
and
the
he lived in
name.
Long Island, but
Okay.
there's a group called the Maconda Project
Okay.
out of Boston. I don't know if
Okay.
they mostly play here.
Okay.
John, who's the leader of them, gets a
Hmm.
lot of grants and has a
Okay.
church in the library gives him, and then outdoors in parks.
Okay. Okay.
But he was close to Ken. He studied with him a long time.
Got you.
And
Got
McIntyre has 300 compositions that he never recorded.
Oh wow.
Hmm.
Wow. Yeah, I remember hearing that name floating around when I was at Berkeley.
Yeah, that's right, because he's.
Yeah. Yep. I remember hearing that name floating around a lot. I never got to see it. Is
Mhm.
Garzone and Berganti, are they still doing?
They're still doing it.
Yes. We used to go over there and check that out, man. That was so killer.
Garzone has done every Monday night since the 70s.
Wow, he's been now that group Friends, do they actually have any records out?
That's a good question. I don't know if they do.
Yeah.
But his drummer, Bob Gelati, died a few years ago.
Okay. I remember seeing him.
Yeah. And
Yeah, I
now
saw him about a
Francisco
couple
Mella's
years ago.
playing with him now.
Okay. I'm not hip. The
He's
younger
great.
dude.
Francisco came to New York from Cuba in the early
Okay.
2000s.
Okay. Okay.
And he went to see McCoy,
Uh-huh.
and he's shaken. He's just shivered. But he went into the dressing room to introduce himself.
Okay.
And McCoy had just lost his drummer, so he said, okay, come to my house. Let's see what you could do.
Oh
So
wow.
he played with the McCoy Trio for about 10 years.
Oh, okay, cool.
He's a serious cat, yeah.
Okay, okay. I might have seen him. Is he on some of the later records?
Yeah, let me pull up his...
Okay.
I did a show with him, so I've got a lot
Okay.
of his stuff here. So this is also Ken McIntyre.
He sounds good, man. I was checking him out, man.
Yeah. The record's called
You know,
Way,
he
Way Out.
reminds me. I mean, he has his own thing. It reminds me of like Frank Strozier.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Might have been an influence or somewhere.
Yeah, he did a couple records with Dolphy, too.
This cat right here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's where I know him from.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they did. I remember that now. I remember that. I think I used to have that record
Mm-hmm.
like a long time ago. It was on Original Jazz Classics.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So yeah. I can't remember the name of it. Okay, I remember that cat.
Looking Ahead,
Looking Ahead.
1960.
Yep. Wow, man, is he still around?
No, he passed.
Okay.
I think. Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, then that means him and Strozer would be kind of contemporaries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. Do you know when he died? He's been gone a long time.
Frank Strozer?
Yeah.
No, I I don't have much by Strozer. I just, I know the sound. Actually, the only thing I really had is Strozer. Well, I know something, maybe Book a Little.
Oh yeah.
Book a Little record, because
Right.
they're all Memphis cats. And
Mhm.
I think I got him on McCoy. Like there's a McCoy Tyner record,
Mhm.
Today and Tomorrow, something like that. And it's the front line was crazy. It was Frank Strozer, John Gilmore,
Wow.
and Thad Jones. Thad Jones. That was the front line with Elvin,
Mhm.
of course McCoy, and man, who was on bass? I think it's Jimmy. I'm sure it's Jimmy. Yeah. So yeah, if you never checked that record out, man, that's a good one right there.
Yeah. Here. Yeah.
Yeah, like his Altissimo is real. It's real smooth. It's
Mhm.
like I can see how him and Dolphy would
Right. They fit together beautifully.
collaborate. Yeah. I can see how that would work. Man, so much stuff out here, bro. Like
Yeah.
I said, it would take you like I wish I had another lifetime.
Hmm.
I did listen to a lot of stuff, but there's so much more. So I take it you're a Dolphy fan too.
Oh yeah, love Dolphy.
My favorite Dolphy record, the stuff he did with Booker Little.
Hmm. Yes.
What was it? Live at the Five Spot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Did you hear that record they put out? I don't know, man. I think it was like 99, 2000. It was
Yep. Donald
what Herb?
Harrison.
No. It was Eric Dolphy and it's the Illinois concert.
Oh yeah.
It's
Oh
like
yeah.
him with yeah. Oh
Herbie's
man.
on that, right?
Woo! Yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Oh man. And there was a thing I was watching with Herbie, and it made a lot of sense. And you can see how like the puzzles. I think he did that. He played with that band before, right before he joined Miles's band. Like on
Hmm.
the
Yeah.
Illinois concert, that whole period. And he said, man, if he never did that with Dolphy, he don't think he felt he wouldn't be ready for Miles's stuff.
Interesting.
But it when you listen to it, it makes a lot of sense, man. What he was saying, because I mean that band was exploring so much.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? They were coloring so much outside the framework. You know, Eric is a perfect, school for that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That stuff is like softly as the morning sunrise. My God, man. I wore that was like the last period of CDs I had. I remember I had to go buy like 2 copies because I wore that thing out. Yeah. Yeah, Dolphy, man. Another beautiful soul.
Yeah. About 10 years ago,
Hmm.
Harvard gave Herbie the Norton lectures. He did
Okay.
8 2-hour lectures, like every
Okay.
Monday or every other Monday.
Wow. Uh-huh.
And he just, again, you could listen to him forever. I mean, he was
Yeah,
unreal.
right.
But yeah, what stories? And then he would play at each time. And I remember
Oh.
he played Stella by Starlight, about
Uh-huh.
15 minutes, just incredible.
Just stretching in so many ways. Yeah.
Hmm.
Herbie's bad, That's he's another important figure to me. Especially like with the whole hip hop connection.
Yeah, I saw that
Because when
band. I
he
remember Rocket.
Yes, okay, I have a story about Rocket. That's really where I got into hip hop.
Oh,
Like,
really? Yeah.
yeah, because uh, I remember I did something bad. I wasn't supposed to do it, but I did it. One of my friends, when he was in school, his name Sean Bruner. He's cool. His dad would always like get him the hippest records or whatever. We was like in fourth grade,
Hmm.
and I don't know how I fit this vinyl into my book bag, but I did.
Uh-huh.
I stole his record because I knew I wasn't going to be able to get it, so I took it from him. I brought it back, but man, I kept listening to that record, and then I begged my dad to buy it for me. He bought it for me, and that was like that Darker Light record I was telling you about.
Yep. Hmm.
Yeah, I couldn't stop listening. I just couldn't stop listening to it, and I was telling my dad, he was like, man, why you listening to that rap music? Blah 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 blah. And I said, man, Herbie's the baddest DJ on the planet. He said, Herbie who? I said, Herbie Hancock. He's the baddest DJ on the planet. I didn't know, I didn't know what was going on, and then he said Herbie. He said the piano player. So he gave me Fat Albert Rotunda,
Uh-huh.
and I listened to that. I said, oh, this is the same dude that did this.
So you heard
Wow.
his hip hop before you heard him with Miles.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. like I was telling you, like my dad was he was more traditional. So his record collection was like straight up like Louis Armstrong, trad jazz. Because my dad, when he passed away, he's like 97. So he was, you know, his music was more like trad, like Louis Armstrong,
Mm-hmm.
um, all the way big band. You know, a lot of Duke Ellington, Count Basie, Glenn Miller,
Yep.
Artie Shaw. You know, that kind of stuff, and then like bebop, like straight up bebop, like Charlie Parker, Dizzy, and uh, then like maybe soul jazz. He veers off,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? So he wasn't he wasn't into like avant-garde music at all. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that was kind of almost like hip hop to him. So uh my his brother was. So I would go over to his house and he would have like my dad would have maybe a specific kind of period of train. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like not the Orange album covers, none of that stuff. You know what I mean? But his brother, his younger brother, did.
Mm-hmm.
He was listening to all that stuff. So I would go over his house and he would hit me. You know what I mean? It was interesting that we had dark and light in the house, but
Yeah.
but yeah. So that's very avant-garde stuff. Like, nah, I would have to get that elsewhere.
Okay. Some people are strolling into the room,
Cool.
and I don't know Alex. I know Bill Maywell. He comes. He actually is in the Midwest near you. He's in Louisville.
Oh wow. Okay.
Got
What's
a
his
great
name?
Bill May, great
Oh,
photographer.
yeah. Okay.
Anyway, you're listening to the Cambridge Hot Club. Welcome everybody. As you know, I'm here the first and third Wednesdays each month, and I'm very happy to have great tenor saxophonist, musician Eddie Bayard. Welcome, Eddie.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good.
Good. Good.
Yeah, I guess Eddie was introduced to me by Rachel Jordan.
Yeah.
She hit me to your great music.
That's Rachel's my sis.
Mhm.
I
You just
love
played
listening
with
to
them
her.
in Houston last month, right?
Yeah. 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 It was a nice show. Andre Hayward. I don't know if you hit to him.
Mm-hmm.
Great trombone player. He played with us. Marlon. It's nice. It was nice. Stephanie brought the house down. It was yeah. It was a great show. It was a great show.
Mm-hmm.
Really enjoyed myself playing with all the cats.
Yeah. What are some of the projects you're on hip to now? What type of
That
thing
I'm work.
you work that you're working on?
Um. Well, I'm getting ready to work on a project with Perez Whitted. That's a trumpet player
Oh
who I
yeah.
normally
Mm-hmm.
play with. Got a new band. That's who we're playing with in Chicago this weekend. So, working with that. I'm working on this gospel record actually uh, with a singer. We've done some work prior. She's kind of like neo soul
Mm-hmm.
kind of artist, but she likes a lot of jazz influence in her stuff, and her records it's really good. She's got some. She's always coming up with some creative ideas. So I'm working on that stuff with her now. And what else am I working with? Uh, oh, well, I'm getting ready to work with Kid Jordan's piano player,
Joel.
Joe Fretterman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that.
What would you like to listen to first? I've got queued up since you mentioned Ferez.
Oh wow. Okay. What you got it for Reds?
It's a show you did at the Showcase in Chicago a few years
Oh,
ago.
okay. Okay. Yeah, you could let it rip. That's cool.
Okay.
Hmm.
Sound good.
Ah, I remember that. I just what was yeah, it was like a couple years ago.
Yep.
I
Hmm.
just I got that mouthpiece that day. It was one of them new Van Dorns. Yeah, cool.
So you're going to Chicago this week, you said.
Yep.
Hmm.
Yeah. Chicago's kind of like my second home.
Hmm. Do you ever play at the Constellation?
No, no. It's funny, like I was saying, Chicago is like real um scenes are I don't want to say separate, but it's like you fall into certain, I don't want to say click, but
Mhm.
you know, you had the clicks that play straight ahead, and then you had the cats that do more free experimental, and sometimes they don't, come together. And then you got some crew of cats that kind of do both. I haven't explored that scene yet
Because I saw
of,
Kid
of
there a
all
few
the time.
times.
Yeah, right.
Is he?
Yeah. And we've never met on those ground like um we met in such different play, you know what I mean? Like a whole different way.
Hmm.
Like, we a lot of people ask me if that's how we met, and I'm like, no, we never.
How
Like,
did you meet Kid?
I met Kid through Marlon.
Uh-huh. So yeah, because
Yeah,
you
I
recorded with him. Yeah.
yeah, I joined Marlon's band back in me and Mark Lomax.
Hmm.
We joined his band back in 1999.
Hmm.
And now I had heard about Kid because I heard about him from Warfield, from Tim Warfield. And because I grew up around Tim.
Oh, you did. Yeah. Because
Yeah, I
Mhm.
was meant he's from York. So when I got serious about playing, I remember he was like the first cat I saw, and I was blown away, man. And because it was a younger dude, he was a younger cat, and it's like, oh, okay. And that was like kind of what was it, I don't want to say the pinnacle, but like the whole Young Line thing was like really,
Right.
popping off at that point. And I remember that's why I said that one joint to you, because I remember I sat in with him, and I couldn't play. I was scared. And he took a liking to me, man, and he would come pick me up. If he was doing a gig in Philly, he let me come. He picked me up, or he show me little things on the horn, give me pointers and stuff like that. And I remember him playing the Undaunted record, and it was like he was playing the it didn't come out yet. It was, I think it was 6 months or something before and I felt like $1,000,000. I was like, man, I got to
Uh,
hear this for anybody. And I was like, man, just keep playing it. I know he was pissed, man, because from Harrisburg all the way up to Philly, we just kept playing that record. Like, I was like, man, play it again.
uh-huh.
So yeah, I just felt like $1,000,000. So I remember that. But yeah, so hanging around Tim, um, he was telling me about Kid, and he was like, man, Tim's like a big brother. We still talk, even to this day. We always texting each other, and he said, yeah, man, eventually I think you're going to go in a free direction, and he said, man, you should hear this dude, Kid Jordan. He's like like this super free dude, man, and he's like a virtuoso on the instrument. He's telling me a lot of things, but I could only at that point imagine it, from what he's telling me, because Tim speaks with such a clarity, and he can paint this picture. He does it on this, when he solos too. But he's telling me all this stuff about Kid in depth, and I'm like, wow, like, but I couldn't, you couldn't hear nothing. I didn't have, I don't even know if his records were even available at that point. Like, I don't
No.
know, but yeah, because we didn't have the internet and all that. This is like 92, 93, 91. No, when did I meet Tim? I met Tim in like probably 90. So 91, yeah. That's when we kind of started hanging out like around there. So so he's telling me all this, and I'm just imagining it, my imagination's running wild in my head, and I'm like, wow, I'd like to hear what this sounds like.
Mhm.
So I, didn't hear it. But when I joined Marlon's band, um, I think we went over his house for a cookout. So I got to see like the raw Kid Jordan,
Mhm.
and no, oh, okay, this was our first meeting. This was our first meeting. This is when I knew he was serious. We had rented a house from because he was, I guess his family was connected with the Baptiste. It's I think through marriage,
Yep.
right?
Mhm. Guess his wife is a
Right, right.
Baptiste. Yeah.
Right. So we rented from one of the Baptistes. Me and Mark, me and Mark and the bass player. While we were there, we rented a crib. And Kid came over and we were playing video games. We were sitting there playing video games. And he comes in and he like looks at us. And he was like, so this is what you guys do for leisure time? And we was like, yeah, we play video games. He said, you know what my leisure time was? We said, what? He said, practicing.
Practicing. Yep.
And it harkened back to me like that. You know how like when somebody tells you something, sometimes it sinks in, but I was talking to a cat the other day about that. And man, that's really deep what he said because of the time period. For those cats, a saxophone was like an iPhone. That was their form of entertainment.
Yeah.
You understand? Like that
No, I.
silent generation, like an instrument. We're looking at the instrument a whole nother way than they look at it. You understand what I'm saying? Like that was I and this is what made me think about it. I remember there was a cat in my hometown. This is like when hip hop was getting real big, and he bought some turntables, and they have their own way of cutting and
Mhm.
doing all the and this dude would practice for out, but it wasn't like a practice for him. And he became really great at it. But it was like a leisure to them.
Mhm.
So it wasn't like a chore. It was like this is what we love to do. We're figuring this thing out. You know what I mean? And I'm like, wow. So like I look at Kid and I'm like, man, that remark came back and I was thinking about that. I was like, man, that's why that cat is so bad, dude, because like it wasn't like a practice. They weren't they practiced because they loved it. It was
Yeah.
they're discovering all these new things, man. That's deep.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was the first time I met Kid. Then
Yeah.
the second time was the cookout. And he took us in the room. He was like, man, listen to this. That was the first time I heard him play. And it was a trio record. Uh bass, drums, and him. I know it was Album Fielder. I don't know. It came out as live in New Orleans, I think. Uh, but that he had a demo of it. He just like we just sat there and listened to the whole thing.
Mhm.
I was like, wow, this is what this cat is on.
Is
This
that
is
on
crazy.
fire?
Not on fire. This is hold on, because I bought it. It's on. You can find it on Bandcamp. But
Mhm.
it was
Last.
like one of those like one of those moments like with Tim when he had the Undaunted. This record didn't come out yet, but uh it came out on No Business Records. I think that's the label. Hold on a minute, because I listened to it religiously. Um, Trio and Duo in New Orleans. I don't know if you can see this.
Oh, I've never seen that. No.
It's a
Or heard it
super
yet.
bad record. And I never heard I never heard like the duo stuff. That was an add-on, but I guess he had the trio stuff, and I guess he was proof checking it or something. So he let us, you know what I mean? He was like, "Nah, it ain't out yet."
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was crazy. It was it was, and I fell in love. I was like, "That's it." I Yeah, I've been a Kid Jordan fan ever since.
I don't know if you can see the chat, Eddie, but Bill May
No,
sent you a few. He says he joined us, but he leaves you a message. He says, "Tell that boy to go away. He ain't good enough for you." I don't know what he's. What do you mean, Bill?
Whoops. That means I sent the message to the wrong person.
Oh, I see. Okay. Okay.
I'm multitasking. But I did
Gotcha.
send a note to Eddie to let him know I'm in Vine Grove because you had mentioned that. So I better get this other message out of there. Okay. So what happens when you don't pay attention? Are you multitasking?
It's gone. It's gone.
Okay.
Yes,
Thank you.
that happens a lot. You want to listen to Tim Warfield or Kid Jordan? We've been talking about both of them. You're muted, Eddie.
can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's check out Till, man.
Check out Tim.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, this is from that record Jazzland. Shake It For Me.
Hmm. Oh yeah, right. Who's that on trumpet? Is that Nicholas? Or is that Terrell? That's Terrell, I think. That's Terrell. Warfield. Warfield. Super bad cat, man.
Mhm.
Every time like I listen to him, it's funny like how what music does for you. It it takes me back to that little kid. Every time I hear his sound, I feel like that 20-year-old cat again, like going to the club. Like I couldn't wait. No, before 20, what am I talking about? Like I was a teenager. I would go, I remember he would come. There was this place called the Lucky Seven. It was like a jam session. And there was a cat named Steve Rudolph. We had a really good like I guess a jazz society in Harrisburg. They would bring everybody in. So I got to see Johnny Griffin.
Oh,
I got this Ira Sullivan would be there a lot. That's where I met Big Nick Nichols, Freddie Hubbard. I mean, everybody was coming in. And there was this place on Front Street. I can't remember the name of the club, but it would be a trio. It'd be Tim, this cat named Jimmy Wood, and I'm forgetting the bass player's name. And like they would be there Friday. Sometimes they'd be there two night, and he was working all that stuff out, like you know what I mean. And I
mhm.
got to sit there and watch it. And they let me come in. I wasn't old enough, but they let me come in under supervision, and I would just sit there and just watch, all night. you know, and we're actually I forgot we're actually working on we have a tenor group now. So it's me, Tim, and another great tenor player by the name of Rob Dixon from Indianapolis, and the group is called Wow. It's put together by this lady Laura Gentry in Cincinnati, and so Oregon. It's a three tenor thing, And so we play every now and again. In fact, we played a couple tunes off of that record. His I think Wade in the Water. The last time we played, we don't play it much, but we were talking about going into the studio this summer and recording a record.
Oh, great.
With that group. So yeah. But every time I'm like around him, man, it's like I become that little kid again. It's funny. Yeah, he's a bad dude. I love that cat, man. He's like a big brother. Yeah.
The other day, that's cool that you saw Big Dick, because the place we were talking about in the 70s, we're talking about Harold Ashby and Eddie Bearfield.
Oh, man, thank you, bro. Yeah, I can hear it, like what you said now. It makes all the sense, in the sound. I'm sorry to cut your thought, but
no.
Man, thank you for that. Yeah.
Well, we'll listen to them tonight. It just got me thinking. Did you ever, Bud Johnson?
Yes. Yeah. Yep.
It's kind of set me down a wormhole. So I'm going to play a record now. Bud Johnson with Earl Hines. Who else? Oh, Panama Francis is on the drums.
Oh, okay, cool.
So you'll like this.
Lay it on.
The Dirty Old Man. You can tell that he's a dirty old man.
Yeah. Hello? Wow. Mm, mm. Yeah.
Father Hines, you dirty old man.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Nice. Who is that?
That was Bud Johnson.
Bud Johnson. Wow, man. He's killing. Like, that's that, like there's so many styles of tenor playing, you know, like Willis Jackson, Gator Tail,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
uh 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 Lockjaw, there's my man in Chicago,
You mentioned Johnny
uh
Griffin.
well, Johnny Griffin, but his brother was a guitar player. Um, you know what I'm talking about,
Oh, Von Freeman.
Ron Freeman, man, like those cats, that their style, that way of playing, and how they play, man, it's like they will the notes into existence. Like it's another thing, man. Yeah, and I'm not. I'm familiar with like Willis Jackson and that kind of stuff. Like I've listened to that early on, but Bud Johnson, man, wow, you just opened my eyes up to some other stuff, man. Now, was that what year was that?
That was 1974. What's incredible too, it's in the
1974.
studio. I
Okay.
think they were on tour in
Okay.
France then. But then
Okay.
it's
Okay. Wow. Who
Father
was on piano?
Earl Hines,
That was Earl Hines? Okay. Okay.
mhm.
And bass?
A guy named Jimmy Leary,
Jimmy Larry.
who
Wow.
played with a lot of big bands, Basie, and
Okay. 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 I've heard that name before. Yeah. Man,
Mhm.
but yeah, man. That's that was eye opening. That was bad.
Mhm. He's from Texas.
Texas Tenor. Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. Yeah. That's. And like I said, there's so many cats, man. I've listened to a lot of cats, but there's still so many that I haven't like really put under the microscope yet. But
Hmm.
like Illinois a cat,
Yeah.
you know, Illinois, man. And it's interesting. When we talk about Kid Jordan, oh, I'm sure you probably know this. You know that they had the same teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's some. But it makes a lot of sense, because Illinois was. Am I pronouncing it right? Illinois cat.
Yep. Hmm.
Okay, so um, I listened to a lot of him growing up too. Um, he was free, man.
Yeah.
It was a lot of freedom in his thing, but it was very virtuosic. A lot of virtue. He was a
Hmm.
virtuoso. You know, and I'm not saying that these are all the requirements to play free, whatever. I mean, but um, I've always been into cats that kind of have that kind of balance
Hmm.
between the two, and that's one of the things I hear with Kid. You
Yeah.
know,
I think this week we talked about Eddie Bearfield because and he was a tenor player with Cab Calloway and a lot of those
okay,
cats. But
hmm,
he also influenced John Coltrane. So in the 40s and 50s,
wow,
Coltrane dug him. And then later, if you heard Bearfield play in the 70s and 80s, he was played like Trade.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. I'm not hip to this dude.
Okay. Well, you're going to be hip to him now. This song.
That's what's up. That's what it's all about.
Yep. This song is called For Grandma Webster.
Okay.
That's Bucky Pizzarelli.
On guitar?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that what's the Pizzarelli? Is that his father?
Yeah, John's father.
The modern. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Wow.
Same drummer, Panama Francis, from the last track.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they grooving.
John Bunch, piano, and Milt Hinton on the bass.
Mm. Hmm. 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 Wow. Wow. Huh. Whoa. Wow. Whoa. Oh. Oh, bro. You just gotta mess me up with that, man. Hmm. 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 Wow. Whoa. He loves Dizzy. Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
John Faddis on trumpet.
That's John Faddis. Okay. I was like, man, this cat really loves Dizzy. Yeah, man.
And now Bucky Pizzarelli.
Well, you see where I see where his son. Yeah. Hmm. 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 Wow, man. That cat is bad. I could. What year is that?
I think that's from the 1980s.
Okay, it's 80s. Okay.
The record
Okay,
was
yeah.
called
I can.
The Indestructible Eddie Bearfield.
Okay, cool. I gotta check him out, man. Yeah. There was some stuff where like how he moves his lines and stuff. It was very trainish, like
Hmm.
yeah. Mm. Okay,
I'll
I'm gonna
send you
go. I'm gonna
some
have to.
YouTubes of
Yeah, I'm
his.
gonna have to go and do. I'm gonna do a deep dive on him.
Yeah,
He's hip. That's dope.
incredible.
Yeah.
He's from Iowa.
Okay. Okay. I'm not hip to him, man. Who do he play with?
He actually, early in his career with Cab Calloway, he played with Armstrong and
Okay.
Ella
Okay.
and Duke.
Okay.
And
Okay.
then,
Yeah, I gotta find some, more older. I like to hear that, like older
mhm.
period to see where.
But yeah, the last 30 years of his life, he was playing in, living in New York, in the Bronx. So he
Okay.
was just
Okay.
playing some tours in
Mm,
Europe. But yeah.
got you. Got
Mhm.
you. And there's so many cats like that, man. That I mean, if you're just not in the know, you don't know. But if you know, you know. That's cool, man. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I'm getting a tenor lesson tonight, which is good. I love it because
Thank
I
you.
need to
Yep.
find some new stuff. Very cool.
So what would you like to listen to next?
Oh man, we can listen to some kid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Waves of the Bird. Do you know that tune?
Yes. Yeah, yes. Do I?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I love that tune,
100
man.
times. Yeah. Hmm.
Man, kid, I
So
miss
tell,
that dude.
I
I miss
know.
that dude, man.
What was it like doing a duo with him?
Playing with him,
Yeah.
oh, spiritual, man. Like spiritual experience. I mean, kid, it's it's like I always look at like the saxophone and the great the great artist is like it's a reflection of them, of who they are as the person. It's like one and the same.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, like it just had a like Tim, like I remember I'll tell a quick story. I remember I was hanging with Dewey Redman, Josh's father. And I was at this point I was real into him, man. I was like transcribing a lot of his solos from what is it, New York is Now, that when they call me record. But I was doing the deep dive into Dewey. And we had a conversation and conversation went like 5 different places. It went out, like almost to the point it was so far on the edge, it almost didn't make sense. But then he landed at home and it connected everything together, and I said, man, that's how you solo, you know, and it goes all these places, you know what I mean? And then it comes right back to the one.
Mhm.
And he said, now you're getting it. And once again, I put it in the back burner. And it's like all of these people, man, that you know them. And kid was an authentic dude, like it, it, he could be hard, but he could also be like really, really cool, really, really, it was everything's done in love. You know what I mean? And that's like when I hear him, like his sense of self and nature, and it's spiritual. It's a spiritual experience, man. He's very spiritual, and man, it was. I learned a lot. It was like you know, father teaching you something. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That's how I looked at that recording. Because it put me, and we would talk we talk like every other day. We all, he called me about something, I call him. You know, when did we get really cool? I was playing the Chicago Jazz Fest, and he came up and he was like, "Yeah, man, da, 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 da." We was talking, and we kind of got like really cool after that, like, and we just talk about music and the horn, and different things, mouthpieces, what works with this. They talk about cats. It was always up until he passed. It was just always this. We were always on the phone with each other talking, and
Mhm.
uh, you know, it's just a friend. I won't call it a friendship. It was a friendship, but it was a mentorship. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
That's the way I'm going to look at it. Because I was learning so much how to be me, and be diligent in that, and you know of course, practicing, and but practicing to get to your thing, not nobody else's thing. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, so, he kind of set me on that journey. And of course, early on, he would show me technical things on this. I mean, the dude was like a complete master of the instrument. He really was. I mean, if you're a saxophone playing, you really listen closely, you know, aside the artistic output, just the technical things the cat mastered on the instrument. It's subtle, but like when you really listen to it, it's like what you were saying with Sam Rivers. Because Sam Rivers is the same way. That's why when you said that connection point with them two, I was like, that makes a lot of sense. Man, I mean, his mastery of like the overtone system on the saxophone, like he could make a language out of that. Like, that's really what he's doing, man. It's like he's made a language of the overtone system. You know, I I don't hear a lot of borrowing from him. Like that stuff he had to come up on his own. I mean, the dude was a quiet man. He's like a guru of the instrument. studied a lot of classical music. He, I think that's why I had a connection point with him too. Because when I was younger, I studied a lot of classical music, and yeah, I heard that. I hear that in him, and I also hear the Delta, like the Delta blues, like that's really permanent. And the way he uses the pentatonic scale is real interesting to me. It's real. It's really hip how he does that. And there's a lot of things, I study his stuff just to. But see, I don't want to like make it clinical, like you know what I mean, because it's an expression, and you shouldn't. But man, like when I hear things, I'm like, whoa, I got to break that apart. But I, I try not to do that, but just to listen and appreciate the expression of what he was getting to, because it was very personal thing, man. I mean, and a lot of cats don't know this. Like, Kid was a hell of a piano player too. He could play piano, and he could play in, if he wanted to, you know, uh, which I mean, it shouldn't even matter. But I mean, if he wanted to play bebop or that, he was into what he was into, and his direction, he carried that out. And man, I'm glad he carried that direction out. You know what I mean? Like, he's an artist, man. Like him, all those cats, man. And I mean, even the inside cats, it don't matter. All those cats from that period, man, they're all artists, man. They, do their thing. I look at cats today like, my boy J.D. Allen, uh, Sam Newsom.
Oh,
He's carving some other stuff out with what he's doing. Tim, all the cats, man. Everybody's working and operating in their lane and what they're doing, and it's beautiful, man. To hear all this stuff. And Kid, man, it was just, yeah, it was. I can't even describe. I can't even put it into words what it was like to just record with him and have the sounds intertwined. I can't put that into words, but it was just knowing the cat, man. It was something, you know, spiritual. That's the only way I could put it.
very humble man. He must have taught a
Oh,
thousand
yes, he
people.
was. Yes, so many. I mean, there's people that you wouldn't even. I can hear them though.
Yeah.
I know them. Yeah. I mean, what? Wait, you talking Branford?
Trombone Shorty,
Okay. Trombone Shorty. What's the
John
guy that's
Batiste.
Batiste? I tell you, cats that took lessons with him. Courtney Pine
Oh,
overseas. I think Donald studied with him. Not sure. I think so though. I'm sure. I'm sure. Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
he was down there. Uh, a lot of people wanted the Kid, man. He was like a. That's what I'm saying. Tim. Uh, he was like a quiet saxophone guru. He was like one of them quiet, gurus, man. Yeah,
hmm
he was a beautiful cat, man. You know, but you got cats like that everywhere. I mean, I guess Garzone is like that. Up in that area. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like you got to think about the cats. That come from his elk. I mean, like cats a day like Mark Turner, Seamus. I was supposed to study with him. He wanted me to come study with him, and I just got the gig with Perez. Right when I was supposed to go to his studio.
Mhm.
So I missed. But yeah, man, Donnie McClaskey, if I'm pronouncing his
Classical,
name
yeah.
right. Yeah, Josh Redmond. All the so there's like these quiet gurus, that's running around, with all these, cats out here, but there's always this like guru that kind of, sparks the flame. You know what I mean? And,
Yep.
and Kid was one of them. Yeah. I wish, he would get a little more recognition for what he's done.
Yeah.
But, like we said, those who know.
They're missing out.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it'll catch on, man. Sometimes, man, just like, and this is like going off the subject matter, but like with hip hop, like the dude I recorded with, Rock Marciano, I remember when I was hearing those stripped down beats like 10 years ago, and cats would be like, man, hip hop dudes, they'd be like, man, I'm not with it. I'm not on it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that. And now, 10 years later, it's like a whole generation of cats are, you know what I mean,
Mm-hmm.
are doing that. So, all right, man, it just sometimes you just do what you do. You just do the mission, and somebody's going to catch on at some point. You know what I mean? It might take 20, 30, 40 years. We talk about that all the time. He's like, man, you just do what you do. Cats get with it, they get with it. If they don't, that's cool too. But you just do what you do, and it's like this thing is like a part of a puzzle. Some cat can hear it, and they, you giving them that idea to work on, and they might take it and make it whatever they make it, and it becomes super popular. You just never know. You know what I mean? So you always have to do the work, and somebody's going to hear it.
So should we listen to some Rock Marciano? You're on the vintage limo.
Yeah. Oh wow, you want to go ahead and do that? Okay.
Now, that's a big turn. I was thinking of Javon Jackson or James Brandon Lewis, but then you mentioned Rock, and then we could hear you play.
Okay.
Which one?
Okay. You know what? Let's do the James Brandon Lewis, Javon, and then we'll do the Rock Marciano.
Okay.
Because I'll tell you some stuff about that. So, yep. Okay.
light from the R-Type on a dark night. I had a hard life, I used to move hard white. My jewels will give you frostbite, my music is boss-like. But when you speaking to me, be forthright. I bought my first Jordans with crack money, the black Bugs Bunnies with a bunch of crumpled up 20s. Ball these hoes, we up 20. Truck jewelry, put in work, we left smudges on the toolie. Exude beauty, threw a few rubies up in the Jubilee. I was truthfully groomed for the movie screen. Fleeing from the Jakes in the 930, shootouts with the 30. The third P. There'll never be as thorough as me. 2 kilos on my neck with the vintage limousine. Cream soda mixed with codeine. Might blow a hole in your bean, leave you like Mo Green. Blow from the scene of smoke screen. Lil' mama, I'm just blowing steam. Hold my drink, close the drapes. Drive you crazy, ho, I got road rage. Baby, the granola range, it has no brakes. All you see in my chain is snowflakes. Dolce, no cap to save a whole K for my clothing hang. My coat was painted on by whole sway, hold it sway. Waves on the ocean made the boat sway, both ways. Baby, don't be afraid, defeat the flame. A bitch will switch the way seasons change. Needless to say, I peeped your game. I peeped your game, bitch.
Prox Marciano. Yeah, man.
With our guest tonight, Mr. Bayard.
Hey, yeah.
Great playing, man.
Oh man, thank you. Hey, so when I was listening to Brandon, see, and it's cool to see where the music is going. So there's a group, if you're not hip to them, they're called the Freestyle Fellowship. You ever heard of those cats?
No, I don't know them. Mm-mm.
Okay, it's an underground rap group. It's underground like from back in the 90s. You can hear a lot of how he's playing the horn, the inflections and the phrasings, and it's the stuff that he's doing, especially on the second tune you played.
Right. Mm-hmm. Which was an Ornette tune.
Okay.
And then look who first took put the two electric basses and two guitars in his band.
Right. Yeah, right. Yep. So you can hear a lot of, I could tell he transcribed a lot of rappers
Mm-hmm.
in his, his saxophone playing. So it's really hip to see the hip hop generation, approaching jazz, is giving it this new flavor,
Mm-hmm.
it's beautiful.
Well, like what was the guy? Fab Freddy.
Oh yeah, Fab Five Freddy.
Yeah, his dad was Max Roach's and Willie Jones. He was a barber in their neighborhood.
Oh yeah. Well, a lot of cats, man. A lot of dudes like Nas's dad.
Right, he was a trumpet.
A trumpet player.
And Wu-Tang always sampled Monk.
Oh yeah, of course. And I was gonna say I can hear a lot of Wu-Tang in his thing too, like "Old Dirty Bastard." I can hear it in the way he's phrasing the horn, in the inflections, man. So sound, man, the sound, and it's cool to see, that's why I like when cats are like now, like when I was coming up, it was super taboo. So it's good, we see the generations coming after, it's like a part of them, you know what I mean? And they can express it fully, when I was coming up, man, it was like, if you wanted to express that, you wouldn't have a record label that could, put that out, or what they like, who you market that to. But now it's like everyday life. So it's cool to see. I think we're going to see, and I mean, even the next generation of musicians that are coming up, the stuff that they're hearing outside of jazz, you know what I mean? Because to me, jazz has always been that thing where you were getting outside influences. You was taking, I mean, we think about like those old jazz standards. I mean, they were pop tunes and musicals of the day.
Yep.
And cats took it and did something with it. And we have all this stuff now, and it's cool to see what cats are doing with it, and hopefully, the support's there.
And Sonny Rollins.
Oh, big time.
Always playing pop tunes and corny tunes, or what we call corny.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, right. And but he would paint this thing on, paint this picture on it. So, that's always been, it's there, man, and it's just good to see. We're in this place, I think, as artists, we're in this place now where we don't have to cater to a specific genre.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Of course, you're gonna have, keepers of the flame that will, and that needs to be, everything needs to be preserved. But also, you're gonna have those artists that are, gonna, look into tomorrow. And man, I think it's an exciting time for music.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And I think, from every genre, hip hop, I mean, everybody's like experimenting right now. There's quiet experimentation going on. Hip hop dudes are merging with jazz dudes, merging with whatever, and it's some cool stuff out here.
Before we brought in the guests, you and I were listening to Arthur Ames.
Right. Mm-hmm.
In that record we listened to, I'm an old cowhand, but he also does Lazy Bird, Mr. PC, and then a lot of gospel stuff on that too.
Wow. That's cool. That's yeah. You now, did he put that out on a label, or did he put it out himself?
It's a record called How Great You Are. I don't even see a label on this.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I mean, you know, you always have these like that's what I'm saying. You always have these like mavericks,
Mm-hmm.
as I like to say, you know. Um Kid Jordan was one. You know, there's all these people that come and, you know, point a different direction. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you see even like Rock Marciano in his genre of music, you know what I mean? He pointed another direction, and I'm seeing these younger people kind of following, you know, doing their own thing with it, you
Yeah.
know, not copying it, but you know, doing their own thing with it. So, and you you gotta have those. I like to call them. I don't. You know, people call them innovators and all this stuff, and yeah, okay, that's cool. That word is cool. But you know, I like to call them direction pointers. So like, you know, Charlie Parker, he pointed the direct. You know, him, Monk, Dizzy, you know, Max, Charles, Mingus. You know, they pointed a direction for cat. Oh, okay, let's go this way. You know what I mean? They pointed something for us. You know what I mean? To okay, we could take it this way. We didn't see it this way. You know, to me, kids like that. Uh Rakim, you know, in hip hop. You know, there's always these cats that come along, man, that are, you know, pointing another direction, you know.
And they're playing
It's
music.
beautiful.
Yeah, we
Mhm.
were talking about Arthur Ames. Let's listen to a little bit of Arthur Ames. And he's from
Okay.
Alabama. So
Right.
he's going to sound different than the Chicago or the New York cats.
Right.
But here's a brief piece. It's a long
Okay.
piece, but I'll just play a little bit of it.
Hmm.
Why do you wait in the If you don't believe I've been redeemed, God's not gonna trouble the water. We'll just follow me down to Jordan Street. God's not gonna trouble the water. You in the water. Wade in the water, children. Wade in the water. God's not gonna trouble the water. Wade in the water. Wade in the water, children. Wade in the water. God's not gonna trouble the water. You gotta wade in the water, children. Wade in the water, children. Wade in the water. God's not gonna trouble the water. Wade in the water. Wade in the water, children. Wade in the water. God's not gonna trouble the water. God's not gonna trouble the water. God's not gonna trouble the
That's the Fisk Jubilee Singers. You can unmute. Let's see. There you go.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
I like that, man. That Arthur Rhymes, wow. He walks with train. Like he really understood the mission statement. I mean, he has his own sound, but man, yeah, he really walks with train.
He does.
Man, that what could you send me that?
Yeah. hmm
Please, yeah. That's going to be my listening on the way up to Chicago. That's
Okay.
wow. That was wow. Yeah. That was incredible. All of it was incredible.
Yeah.
Singing, yeah, send me all that. That's yeah.
Okay.
Man, it's some incredible music, bro. See, you hit me to some stuff. You hit me to some stuff. Man. Yeah.
My pleasure.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Yeah. That piece, I want Jesus to walk with me, was a spiritual.
Yeah.
And the Fisk Singers were all generations of enslaved people.
Got you. Yeah, you could hear it.
Mm-hmm.
You could hear it in the sound.
Yeah.
Man.
Fisk Jubilee Singers have been making music for more than 150 years.
You said what now?
The last two, this choral group was the Fisk Jubilee Singers, which have been together for over 150, 160 years.
Wow. Are they still active? Is it still?
I think so. Yeah.
Cool. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. Now, where are they from? Is it South?
From the South, Fisk University.
Yeah. Okay.
So they're Fisk University's in Nashville, Tennessee.
Okay, got you.
And It was part of the historically black colleges. So it was founded in 1866. So
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's super hip.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, takes your breath away.
Yeah.
You have to, you know.
But as he was saying, after we were listening to, go from Kid Jordan,
Mhm.
something funny with my mic, but,
Yeah.
to James Brandon Lewis
Yeah.
and James Brandon Lewis playing with the punk group Fugazi, and you're playing with
Right.
the hip hop. It's all, all one music.
Oh yeah. I mean, all that stuff is
1, 2. Oops. I think you could hear me. I don't know.
yeah, I can hear you. I don't know if you can hear me.
Hey, Bill. Yeah, you're going buzzy on us, Bill.
I don't know if you heard me last time, Cliff.
Yeah,
You-
you were
you
going.
clear- you
Can you
clear-
hear me right now?
I can hear you now. Do you hear me?
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gone buzzy on us. Eddie's fine.
Yeah.
Something like you started tapping before you were tapping your mic. There was something that was going.
Right. And then the road just died, but it's back alive. So
Yeah, you clean. You clean.
He's got a Rodecaster Pro 2 over there. It's killing him. So what did it? All the lights went out.
for about 10 seconds, yeah. There was that buzz for about 1 minute.
Okay, turn down your microphone. It's too hot.
Okay.
Coming in too hot.
I think the music was too much for the soundboard.
I think JC ended up in there straightening things out. So you're much louder than you were, Bill. So bring your pot down. We'll adjust that. Yeah. So something shifted inside the airboard.
I didn't even bang my desk, which often. So anyway.
Okay. Yeah, bring the pot down a little. I'll adjust that in a little bit.
Okay.
From over
Well,
here.
we'll go to some music. Where to now?
Well, since we were in that mood, let's check out Javon's.
Okay,
Um,
right. I thought of that too.
Yeah.
Great minds think alike. That's a great.
Yeah.
Yeah, Javon came on last March.
Oh, you had him on your podcast?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice. Yeah, yeah. Tell if you talk to him, tell him I said what's up. You
And-
lost touch with each other.
Okay, yeah. And we it was during the when that record came out with
Oh, okay.
Nikki
Okay.
Giovanni.
Okay.
Let me find it.
Yeah, I love that record.
Oh, it's great.
Hmm.
Yep. We're thinking alike. It's queued up next.
So, Bill, when you get the music, there we go.
I want to write an image, like a log cabin quilt pattern, and stretch it across all the lonely people who just don't fit in. We might make a world if I do that. I want to boil a stew with all the leftover folk whose bodies are full of empty lives. We might feed a world if I do that. Twice in our lives we need direction. When we're young and innocent, when we're old and cynical. But since the old refused to discipline us, we now refuse to discipline them, which is a contemptuous way for us to respond to each other. I should imagine if nature holds true, one day we'll lose our hands, since we do no work nor make any love. If nature is true, we shall lose our eyes, since we cannot even now distinguish the good from the evil. I should imagine we shall lose our souls, since we have so blatantly put them up for sale and glutted the marketplace, thereby depressing the price. I wonder why we don't love. Not some people way on the other side of the world with strange customs and habits, not some folk from whom we were sold hundreds of years ago, but people who look like us, who think like us, who want to love us. Why don't we love them? I want to make a quilt of all the patches and find one long, strong pole to lift it up. I have a mind to build a new world. Want to play?
body is music. Time and nature is music. Nature that has made us is music. All that's beneath us, around us, above us is music. All is music. It's all music. Don't you know? We are close to all this music. Live and move in music. Oh, our whole body is music. All is music. It's music. It's music. All music. Love is music. Peace is music. Oh, it's all music. It's all music. It's music. It's all music. It's music. Music. It's music. It's music. It's music. Love and peace. Music. It's music. Music. Our mind and body is music. Nature which we live is music. Our whole being is music. Our mind and body music. Nature in which we live is music. The nature that made us is music. All that's beneath us, around us is music. Above us is music. That surrounds us is music. Oh, it's all music. Don't you know? We are close to all this music. Live and move in music. Our whole being is music. Love is music. Oh, peace is music. Peace is music. It's all music. Our minds is music. Our bodies are music. Nature, which we live and breathe is music. Oh, nature is music. Nature that made us is music. All is music. All that is beneath us, around us, above us, that surrounds us is music. Oh, it's music. Well, music. Oh, it's music.
Life, we the people here to change the world musically. Born. Life, we the people here to change the world musically. I was born on planet rock, the beat of the heart is what I heard. And slowly I would follow it with the illest of words. Whoever knew I would control the globe with one touch and manifest the sound the world loves so much. I am a gift passed down to this era from the elders who played instruments, maybe to spark life through their influence. Or knowing I would sample their songs down the line and use the same essence to paint a picture of mine. I chop joints now, romance style, queasy artist. No one can stop me now, I'm gonna be here regardless. That's why I write rhymes by the handfuls and make beautiful music for the children to sample. The up and coming drum track. Drum track. I'm not from here, space is the place like sunrise. I hail from the cosmos, vibrations are heavenly. Close to 30 years now since I've been put on wax. My composition's full of substance and structure, chemistry, can't even fathom my time zone. Above the stars, for you to comprehend I put them in rhyme poems. Designed with a timeless outlook, pure crystal green, mixed with divine love right in between it seems. Things changed since the way it began, and life's so much different from a boy to a man's view. The universe moved constant, and now I'm here, live in the flesh just to stimulate your conscience. My whole life is a style, right? Inhale light, exhale culture. We will be here forever, it's never over. I invented a slang to end the pain and anguish because my thought patterns supersede the English language. It's phenomenal, I'm not even supposed to exist. I give thanks to the snares and kicks, bass and keys. Can't forget every horn ever known to man, and the voice, the first instrument to ever expand. I wasn't planned, I was born on spontaneity. Still paying dues, took ages before radio started playing me. And now I'm at the top of the list, the greatest thing since jazz and blues. Who's gonna fill these shoes next?
One music. Eddie, unmute.
Dude, you're a DJ, man. Dude, that was a heavy ride, bro. We went from Javon Jackson to
That was Dwight Tribal.
the White Tribble to John Robinson. And let me guess, that was Benny Goodman.
Benny Goodman, yep.
With the did my dad come from the grave and like tap you? He would listen to that all the time. I was like, whoa, that's freaky. Yeah, man, and Lionel Hampton. You know, I was listening to some Roy Ayers records lately. You know, especially after he passed. Man, he had so much, like, you could tell Lionel was like a big influence.
Yeah.
In his soloing, man. That's what I'm saying. All this stuff is like so interconnected.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
It's all interconnected, man. And if I mean music just if the world could like see that, you know, if we as people could get to that level, that would, you know, just be a better place, man. Be a better place.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Music's what would it be if it what would life be if it wasn't music, man?
Yeah.
Kind of nuts. But John Robinson, yeah, man, like, you know, that's my dude, man. Like, me and him are like, I have a lot of friends, but like in the music business, but like John, JD Allen, you know, they're like really close friends of mine, man. You know I could call them if I need anything, and they know they get the same from me. But John's a heavy, you know, he's a heavy MC, man. He we talk, his knowledge of jazz, his friend that does beats, you and him would like, y'all would be going at it for days about like jazz records. It's like, I remember his friend called me and was like, yeah, I got your record that you did when you were, you know, your first one with Wes Anderson and all. I'm like, what? Like, it's like he's a connoisseur like that, you know, he collects like, I'm like, wow, you know, and I do the same thing. We're opposites because I collect a lot of like, I mean, I have a I have a large jazz collection, but I also collect a lot of like underground hip hop stuff, you know, from people before they were famous and all that kind of stuff. I like to toot my horn with that. But yeah, but he does the same thing with jazz cats. So yeah, it's cool. Yeah, but Robinson, man, that's like, he's a profound dude. And the thing about him, you'll notice in his discography, he never cusses. Yeah, like, and he's recorded a lot of stuff, you know. Yeah, but that's the White Tribble album, man. I have the one that John Robinson's on. I have that one, but the one you played before that, that's a newer one, right?
Love is the answer. It's about 20 years old now.
Love is the answer.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a brown album cover?
A brown album cover, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I got that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. I should remember that song on that record. But yeah, okay.
I can send that to you in email.
Oh, I have it.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, because I have a couple of his records. I know he just put something out maybe a year or two ago. I think he had Kamasi Washington on.
Yep,
there.
right. Mm-hmm.
A couple of people. Yeah, so yeah, I keep up with Dwight. I always liked him. He reminds me of Leon
Thomas, yeah.
Yeah, but his thing, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
It just it puts me in that mindset. Yeah, man, you started a lot of stuff at me, bro. I love it.
Thank you.
Yeah. You should. Do you DJ? I mean, do you?
Well, this is my DJing.
Oh, okay. There you go.
I DJ'd
that's
in the 70s and 80s.
Oh, okay. I thought so, man. Because yeah, you was going, yeah, you was putting it together, bro.
My
Cool.
pleasure.
Yeah, dude. I enjoy hanging with you guys, man. It's really hip. It's really hip.
Likewise.
What you're doing, man.
Yeah.
It turned me on to a lot of stuff.
Well, you'll have to come back again.
Oh man, I'd love to. I'd be honored, man.
Great.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, yeah, you guys are doing some hip stuff.
Yeah. In March, let me tell you a little bit about the programs. They're going to be completely different.
Oh, okay.
Music from Tulsa. Do you know Ernie Fields?
No.
Ernie Fields led a territory band in the 1930s and 40s.
Okay.
And his daughter is a newscaster here in Boston named
Oh, okay.
Ernie Fields, and she wrote a book about her dad.
Okay.
And so, a lot different than this, but great music nonetheless.
Yeah, right.
So, and then
Yeah, who else you got coming up?
I'm doing a program at the end of March on Bukka White, and use his Bukka White.
Okay.
You'll know some of his songs. There's one of his most famous songs. Everyone knows this. Not everyone.
Okay.
And then in April, program's going to be one on Booker.
On polka
Another
music?
Booker Pittman. Do you know Booker Pittman?
I've heard that name, Booker Pittman. Yeah.
Booker Pittman played with Armstrong and Ellington and everybody in the 20s and 30s, and then went to France with Louis Armstrong.
Okay.
And he kind of
stayed over there.
He stayed over there, and then he didn't do much better financially in France, and then he moved to South America, and he lived in Uruguay, Brazil, and Argentina.
And
his daughter still performs, mostly in Brazilian. Great stuff.
Okay. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
nice.
I like like everything.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Me too.
Good. Yeah.
You know, yeah, that's yeah, I could tell you have a wide palette. When you mentioned Kid Jordan, I was like, whoa, okay, yeah, and, you know, that's cool, man. That's cool.
Let me see. I'm going to pull up one of Booker White's most famous songs. Let's see. Yeah, he actually wrote. Michael's here. He knows him, but he won't talk. But he wrote. He recorded Parchman Farm Blues was one of his well-known pieces.
Okay.
But let's go to him right now.
If I'm going downtown and tell that Tripoli you sticking your dog on me. See when you're running and crying. She said, listen, darling, I ain't gonna do it no more. Ain't gonna do it no more. You done done my money, now you trying to stick your dog on me. That's alright, little boy, how you do me? You gon' see it again. and pick and put your cross, but he won't buy you. If you take me back, I won't do it no more, baby. Don't fix your dog on me. Listen, daddy, don't you drive me, don't you drive me around.
Lá se vai mais um dia assim, e a vontade que não tenha fim. Este sol é viver, ver chegar ao fim. Esta onda que cresceu, morreu aos seus pés. E olhar pro céu que é tão bonito, e olhar pra este olhar perdido neste mar azul. Outra onda nasceu, calma desceu, sorrindo, lá vem vindo, lá se vai mais um dia assim. Nossa praia que não tem mais fim acabou. Vai subindo uma lua assim, é a camélia que flutua nua no céu. Olhar perdido neste mar azul. Outra onda nasceu, calma desceu, sorrindo, lá vem vindo, lá se vai mais um dia assim. Nossa praia que não tem mais fim acabou. Vai subindo uma lua assim, é a camélia que flutua nua no céu. É a camélia que flutua nua no céu.
Well, thank you, Edwin, and the audience too. Cliff, of course. Cliff pulling the plugs, keeping me on the straight and narrow, and Lisa and Hallie, Michael, Beatrice, David, Norman, Suzanne, and Francie just left. Thank you so much for hanging out this evening, and I'll be back in 2 weeks. This is the Cambridge Hot Club, and as you know, 7 to 10 p.m., the first and third Wednesdays of each month. Have a good evening. Oh, there you are, Eddie. You came back. You missed the closing. So.
And but what I wanted to say, man, that last tune.
Mm-hmm.
Could you send me all of that? The whole.
Yeah, everything is going to be on YouTube in a few days. Everything is recorded, so you've got all 3 hours.
Oh yeah, no, I'm talking about the artist that you had.
Booker Pittman.
Singing.
Yeah, that was Eliana Pittman.
Okay, yeah, send me some of her stuff.
Okay, yeah,
I got a friend that's like deep into Brazilian.
Oh,
and he's Jay Ross. He's going to chop that.
Oh,
stuff
really?
up. Oh yeah, yeah, that was killing, man.
Yeah.
It was such an honor and pleasure to like hang with you guys, man, and keep doing what you're doing, bro. It's greatly appreciated.
Thank
It's
you.
greatly appreciated, and man, I learned so much. You hit me to some stuff, and it's great.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate
Yes.
your kind words and your music, and
Thank you. And yeah, let's keep in touch, man.
definitely, for
All
sure.
right. Yeah, keep me in touch. When you post. I mean, when you got other things coming up, other artists. I
Yep.
like what you guys are doing.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Good
Take
night,
care.
all.
All right.
We'll play some more Eliana Pittman as we go out.
Cool. Take
She's
care,
got a
guys.
lot of YouTubes too. She's great.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
She's
yeah. Just send me her name, man. And
Yeah.
I'll go in the rabbit hole.
Okay.
All right, man.
Take
Okay,
care.
guys. You take care.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Good night,
Bye-bye.
all. Bye-bye.
Just fought the battle of Jericho, Jericho, Jericho. Just fought the battle of Jericho, and the walls come tumbling down. Just fought the battle of Jericho, Jericho, Jericho. Just fought the battle of Jericho, and the walls come tumbling down. You may talk about the King of Gideon, you may have your man of Saul. There's none other like old Booker along the walls of Jericho. Tell all the people about me, tell them what to do. You can praise, tell us hallelujah on Jericho. Battle of Jericho, Jericho, Jericho. I just fought the battle of Jericho, and the walls come tumbling down. Just fought the battle of Jericho, Jericho, Jericho. Just fought the battle of Jericho. The walls come tumbling down, and the walls come tumbling down, and the walls come tumbling down, and the walls come tumbling down. And the walls come tumbling down. And the walls come tumbling down.